Hello again, BizHackers. In this video, I'm going to show you how to create a lead form that you can then use for a lead gen campaign. So you're going to actually access that not from Ads Manager, but you're going to create it from your business page. So from your business page, you're going to go up to the Publishing Tools menu up top. And once that displays, you're going to have this long menu here on the left-hand side. We're going to scroll down to the Lead Ads Forms menu and then click on Forms Library. So what this displays here, so this is a table with all the lead forms that that have been created and used in campaigns. If you're creating something for the first time, then you will not see this table right over here. But in it, you can just to create a new form. In either case, you're going to click on the Create button right up here on the top right-hand corner of the table. Here you have the option to create a brand new form or duplicate a form that you've already created. So if you want to keep a form intact for the most part, but just make some subtle changes to it, then this will be the way to go. If it's going to be with a form with brand new content altogether, then you're going to want to select the new form. So for this example, we'll go with the new form and click on Next. And to rename the form, it's just a matter of clicking on it here. That's free text. That'll save the name of the form. When selecting your form type, be very mindful of this. So with more volume, this is the fastest method of collecting contacts. So from a user perspective, it really is just a matter of 2 clicks for someone to send you their contact information. With the higher intent, there is a third step. There's a verification process in which a person sends you their contact information. So for example, if you look at the preview window here on the right side, under the more volume option, you'll notice it's just 2 steps. So here is the form with their contact info, then they submit it and get your confirmation message. Whereas with the higher intent, there is the contact form, the review page, and then the confirmation message. So with higher intent, there's an additional step, but you'll get higher quality leads. With more volume, you'll get a lot more leads. However, I can tell you that from my experience, there's been instances in which people just forget altogether that they submitted something because of how easy and how quick it is to submit their contact. But in either case, I would just recommend that you test it and see which method works best for your business. All right, so moving on to the intro screen. Here is your headline. So you'll notice the headline text over here in the preview window. So whatever you add here, whatever you add in the headline is what will be placed in that space. So you might just maybe kind of remind people what it is that you're offering them. With the image, they're referring to this space right up here. You can use the same image from an ad if you're using it, or just upload a brand new image, which you'll then have to retrieve from whatever you have saved locally in your computer. I think definitely want to keep, I would recommend uploading a new image just to have different content and just kind of keep it fresh and with new imagery for the viewer or the user to see. The layout refers to this information over here. I would recommend using bullets. It's just an easier read for the user reading your ad. So you'll notice on the preview window how it would display to them. So you want to keep those bullet points brief. You really want the reader just to be able to kind of scan and read the highlights of your offer. And then when we move down to questions, this refers to the information that you're going to be collecting from the user. So by default, Facebook gives you email and full name. If you click on show more options right over here, I would highly recommend adding phone number to that. So that way you get your email, full name, and phone number. So that way you have just a more direct line of communication for this lead. They give you lots of other options over here, but the name of the game really is to kind of make it as easy as possible and as smooth a process as possible for the user, and not make them have to stop and type anything manually. Facebook already has this information from them. So, this is information they obtained from the user when they enrolled in Facebook. So this will be, remember that this will be pre-populated for them once they click on your ad and the form is displayed for them. So they really won't have to type any of this information at all. Facebook will pre-populate that for them. So keep it simple. So just keep it to email, full name, phone number. Your headline is this right over here. Facebook gives you this text by default, but if you want to change it to something else, you will do so right here at the headline, in the headline field. There's some custom questions you can create, but again, it's optional. I would just keep it simple. If there's any questions that you really want to ask, save that for save it for the conversation you have with them, with your follow-up call after you've obtained their phone number. Privacy policy, super important. Remember, you must have a privacy policy published on your website. If Facebook finds that your website does not have a privacy policy installed and you're running lead gen campaigns, then you do run the risk of them suspending your ad account. So make sure that before you do any of this or run a lead gen ad campaign, that you already have your privacy policy published on your website. So what you would have to do then is take the URL from that privacy policy and post it on this space right over here. The rest is optional, so you can just go ahead and leave that blank. This is really the only required field in this section. So again, this is not the URL to your website, but rather specifically to your privacy policy. With the thank you screen, Facebook has made a few updates, some pretty cool updates that make it really customizable. So here's your headline text, so you can just sort of modify this to whatever sort of fits your needs. Maybe, mention that somebody will be in touch with them soon, something along those lines. With the button type, here's where they've made some changes recently. So you can either direct people to your website, invite them to download something, or have them call your business. So if they, for example, if you choose call your business, then notice how the call to action button down here has changed. And the button text is free text. So you can really type anything that you'd like in there. And then you'd have to add phone number that would be dialed when they click on that. So really cool feature. Another one you can use, pretty straightforward, view website. Again, button text is free text, so you can have it say anything you'd like. And then you would have to paste the URL of the page you'd like them to land on if they click on this button down here. So again, pretty straightforward. Now, when you click finish, actually, I'll just go ahead and forego this because I did leave quite a few fields empty during the demo. But once you finish, then that form is going to be saved to your library here. And when you're creating a new lead generation ad, you'll then see this new form as an option that can be selected when building that ad. All right, so that about covers how to create a new lead generation form. If you have any questions, again, just reach out to your coaches or reach out to me directly, and I'll be happy to help. All right, I'll talk to you guys soon. Take care.